large company that folded, and then they got together, started their own company. We've been going back and forth a little bit, and he actually called in and answered this question. So AJ, this is for you. And he basically said, and I think anyone can really benefit from this. How much attention or weight should I give to websites like, or should I give to my PageRank? Should I give to Alexa? Should I give to Quantcast? Should I give to or a ComScore? I just added AJ. I added ComScore if you hadn't heard of it. So I was like, hey, that's a great example. If you haven't heard of these companies, do your research, and I'm going to give you kind of a quick insight on it. And the general answer is not much. What I would tell you to focus on, I mean, they all have some value, but what I'd really tell you to focus on
So
is
what do
your
those
PageRank.
websites typically do? What kind of information
Okay,
do they-
Quantcast.com basically gives statistics about your website. It is I have had a little experience with it, but I don't do it very much. But I've actually recently, and probably in about the past, since he emailed me this, I started doing some more research. Quantcast basically gives much more detailed information than Google Analytics. If you want to find out, you attach some code to your website, you want to find out, okay, not just your location, but if you want to find out the sex, the race, the age, the salary of the people that are coming to your website, if they have any children, their traffic, how often they're coming back to your website, what other things that people of this demographic are doing, you can find that. Quantcast really is for marketers. So,
Man, that's kind of scary.
yeah.
Like Big Brother.
Yeah, I bet.
So
it
as
really
I'm surfing,
is.
they know if I'm married and have kids.
And I was looking at that like, kids? How the hell do you know that? I mean, seriously, does my IP address tell you I got kids?
Make sure your webcam is off.
Yeah.
Wasn't there some school? There was some news about they handed out laptops to
And they
kids,
had webcams?
and they had webcams on
Mistake.
them, and they were actually taking pictures. And so far, there haven't been anything, no problematic pictures
Okay.
so far. But that's a little bizarre.
Give it a couple months.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so make sure your webcam's off while you're surfing.
Yes.
Quanticast is counting your kids.
Yes, they are. So Quantcast is really, and I'm going to...
They must work with some sort of, we know that there are technologies out there that will track your progression.
Yes.
So somewhere you must have filled out a form at some point, and then now they're able to say, oh, I know that IP address has this many kids and this income.
From my experience, when I was first introduced to Quantcast at a couple of years ago, and the best way that it was explained to me that Quantcast is basically for marketers, and it's a way for companies, let's say AT&T or Dell or Anheuser-Busch, they're going to do a large ad buy. And they want to know, hey, where are we going to put these ads, these display ads? Or if you say, hey, I want an AT&T ad on my website. These companies will they want to know your Quantcast numbers. They'll want to know your Quantcast and your ComScore, really. They want to say, hey, how much traffic are you getting? These two companies are like the industry standard for traffic. So they'll say, hey, show me your numbers, and they'll want to see either your Quantcast numbers or your ComScore numbers. And that's for, when these companies, the marketing departments are looking for a big ad buy. They want to see, okay, hey, I'm not going to put an ad on Joe Blow's website who gets 6 visits a week. We want to see someone who gets lots of traffic or whatever reason. So that's Quantcast. ComScore is something pretty similar. It's not free, but it does provide a lot of detailed information. They also rank the top, 1 million websites in the world. It's basically they capture search information just like Quantcast. It's a little bit different, not as detailed, but same thing. It's not free. You do have to pay for it. What else? Alexa. He asked about Alexa. How much attention should I pay to Alexa? In my opinion, none. That's what I'm going to say. I still have an Alexa toolbar on my computer because I'm too lazy to download the Google PageRank toolbar, which I will go do as soon as I get off of this. Alexa is a company and I just learned this the other day, yesterday actually. Alexa is actually a subsidy of Amazon.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They were a separate company. Amazon bought them a couple years ago. They're known for their toolbar, and basically it'll give you a score. They place a score on each web page, which is pretty similar to like Google PageRank. Here's the downside of the Alexa toolbar. And if this has changed, I don't know how much. The downside is that the Alexa toolbar only
tracks people who have the toolbar
there you
installed.
go.
Yeah.
So, okay, if I have the toolbar and Chris doesn't have the toolbar, it's tracking what I'm doing, but it's not tracking what Chris is doing.
So there's an inherent skew for people who one, are willing to download toolbars,
Yes.
which may alter the demographics some. For instance, probably Alexa has a better rank in Alexa than it would in
community.
General, right? Because how many people visit the Alexa website? Well, people who have the Alexa toolbar obviously know of it. Everyone else may not even know about it, so they're not visiting it. So it would skew things like Alexa, potentially Amazon or whatever.
And who downloads even a PageRank, Google PageRank toolbar and Alexa toolbar? Who downloads that? Computer nerds like us.
Yeah.
My mom has no idea what Alexa is. Yeah. She searches the internet. None of my friends,
unless they were aggressively, trying to get the Yahoo bar on. Like there's a lot of places that do that. Then, the
people like us that are
skewed.
People like us that are in the industry, and nerds like you guys that listen to nerds like us on our podcast who are really trying to get their website.
Are you insulting our audience or compliment? I think you're complimenting. Good.
Being a computer nerd is awesome. So it's a good tool, but it's just skewed because they only. Now, here's what I read. I actually read this today. They're saying we have expanded our community, our data to go outside of the Alexa toolbar community. That's pretty vague.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So when it comes to Alexa,
it would have to be a partnership with some other toolbar company.
I'd have to say so. So I say Alexa, I don't really pay much attention, even though I still have it. I don't.
And where are you going to use these for, right? What is the real purpose? And frankly, the only reason to look at them is, a new client comes in and we want to just compare how he may rank compared to his competitors, right? So do we want to look at the competitors? Are they getting much traffic? Or, if somebody were to email us and send us a great, here's the most amazing SEO tool. You've got to buy this piece of software. It's amazing. And we go there and it's got 0 Alexa rank compared to some of the other tools that we use, then we know we're probably not going to use it because it's just a relative comparison. Beyond the relative comparison, it provides nothing. And PageRank is a per page. Alexa is a per website. So, if you've got one really popular page and the rest of your website is crap, then, and doesn't get any traffic, then Alexa is going to, may hold you high. And really it's only because they've got one piece of information or they've got, kitty cats that people are checking out. So, we don't use it. Other than just say, what's your relative? Oh, you know what? This one gets a lot more than this one. It's kind of neat to compare websites to like how much American Idol, right? Because we know it's popular. Do you get more or less traffic than American Idol or some of the other ones out there?
And the one reason that I like the Alexa, the one thing I think it does better than Google is that Alexa there's only one number per. Each website gets one number. There's no duplicates. Google with PageRank, from my understanding, I believe
it's per page.
You get each. There's only 10 numbers. Your Google PageRank goes from 0 to 10. 10 being the highest you could possibly get, 0 being the lowest. So if I say if PaulHanson.com has a score of 5 and ChrisBurris.com has a score of 5, it's kind of tough to say.
There could be a lot of difference in traffic.
Exactly, and that's the one That's the one thing I think that Alexa does pretty well is they give every website gets one score, and then so you can kind of relatively judge. Okay, well, Paul Hansen is at 1 million and Chris Burris is at 750,000. Okay, so we can kind of tell. All right, there is some difference.
Well,
there.
I think that'd be you. You gotta. Oh, because you coined the phrase.
Yeah. Because awesome?
Because that's what's up.
That's what's up. Oh, that is definitely what's up. So what I would do is, here's what I would pay attention to, AJ. PageRank. If you haven't downloaded you probably have. But I'm going to go ahead and make this be redundant. Download the PageRank toolbar. If you're listening out there, anyone, if you haven't downloaded, use the PageRank toolbar. It's an awesome toolbar. I've read a ton about it, never actually downloaded it. So I'm going to actually go download it now. I would definitely pay attention to your page rank for each individual page. And if you're wondering what it is, PageRank is a system of ranking individual pages of your website. Google gives them score from 0 to 10 or 1 to whatever, 0 or 1 to 10. If you have a 0, get out of the business.
Yeah. Turn off your website. Or maybe turn it on.
Yeah, there you go. It's basically Google a way of saying how important or relative your website is in Google's eyes. And you have a great, what is that analogy you use?
So if you were on a random website on the internet, and you clicked a random link on that that web page, what is the likelihood of them ending up on your website?